Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Tuesday night gun chat. I hope you're doing well. Obviously, it's another Tuesday night, and I'm a little early tonight because I got out of work early, by golly, and I was able to come straight home. I did go to the gun store and the grocery store. And anyway, don't forget your shall not comply, TriStar trading stuff right here. If you're not on a government watch list, you're not doing something right. So click the link below for that. And make sure you click in getting into our arms directory page and our MeWe page. I've got the links in the side chat for all that jazz. If you haven't seen a Tuesday night gun chat with me, all you do is ask your questions. I give you my answers. They're worth exactly what you pay for them, unless you give me a super chat, which my answers are probably worth less than what you paid for them then. So anyway, get those questions in the chat. I like to shout out everybody who's in the chat. But so put your name, at least say hi. And we'll start right now. We've got Alaska one. Andy was the first one here. And then Anthony Fairbanks, John McVeigh. What's up from Three Bears? All right. What's up, man? Oh, you must have been the Three Bears at KGB Road the other day. Yeah. Hey, what's up, M. Gabriel? Yesterday. It was yesterday. Hunter Kirk from North Idaho. What's up, James Hine? And Daniel Ravenstar from Sauk Center, Minnesota. Minnesota, don't you know? Yeah, you betcha, Snookums. Minnesota. Rich B is from Virginia. All right, so we got a lot of people in here. All right, I'm going to bring in our special guest.
Hello.
Surprise. Surprise, surprise. It
Surprise,
is
surprise.
Austin from the Reloading Weatherby channel. If you haven't go subscribed with him, you suck at life and you need to go make better life choices. Go subscribe to him. So, anyway, um, we are getting a Three Bears here in North Pole. Cool, cool. Three Bears is the best store. Okay, it's kind of like Shields for Alaska. You know?
Oh,
Yeah. It has a little bit of everything: groceries, guns. And it's got really good prices on ammos, and they don't jack things up. But they're
that's
able
good.
to order in bulk, like Chat Bass Pro or Cabela's does, because they have so many stores across the rural Alaska. So they're able to order in bulk, but they don't jack the prices up like the other ones do. So it's pretty cool. All right, looks like you got another sub.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. So, so what's been up with you? You were sick. I hope you're gotten better, and you sound better. You sound good.
Yeah. I got whatever my kids got at school. Um, some
Yep.
people thought it was like RSV. I don't know. It was rough. But I'm
Yeah.
getting over that and then going to SHOT Show on Sunday.
Oh,
Heading to
nice.
Vegas.
Nice. I've never been. If I'd known you were going, I would have probably tried to like figure something out. We could have like roomed or something. But like, I need a year. Like, I literally need a year. If you're going next year, let me know, because I need
I
one of those.
probably will. See, I'm going with Bullets for Bucks. I'm staying with him. And I'm only like I'm going to fly, but I'm really not far from Vegas. So
Yeah.
it makes sense just to go.
Yeah, makes sense. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get into that next year. So,
Yeah.
any chance you and Shoot do a 45 ACP plus P hardcast? I think I've done it in the past. I think I have done a 45 ACP plus P hardcast video in the past. I might not have. Um, one of the way early videos, or maybe it was the 200 grain Spear Lawman. That's actually a better bullet anyway. The flat nosed Spear Lawman 200 grain plus P. It's a total metal jacket. It's actually a bonded total metal jacket and flat nose, and it's a plus P 200 grain. That's the best load for 45 ACP. I have done a video on that one. So, and I think out of my 6.5 inch barrel, it's getting like 1170 for a 200 grain. So it's getting right up there, starting to get close to 10 millimeter in that 6.5 inch barrel. So could be wrong though. Wife just got me a 223 for Christmas, and I killed my first with it in the same evening. 64 grain power shocks, heart shot. Found the bullet off the shoulder. I hope you killed your first deer with it or buck with it. Like, you can't leave
Not a
out my
human.
first. Yeah, not my firstborn child. You know. I hope. Sorry, Anthony, we're making fun of you. Okay, just it
I'm
means we
sure
love
it's a
you.
deer.
Yeah, I'm sure. I hope it's a deer or coyote or something.
Yeah.
Squirrel could be a good squirrel. So, but yeah, that's that. So, I got that package from North Fork Bullets. I'm pretty impressed with them. They look good. So I'm gonna measure them and all that kind of stuff. Um,
I
yeah,
haven't gotten mine yet, so I probably will soon. Probably in the next week.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So he actually messaged me, and he was actually mailing them out when he flew over to the U.S. So they didn't have to ship him international and actually import them.
Oh.
Carrying them. He was carry on. So we'll see how they do. We'll see how they do. So I don't know how I got mine before you all the way up here, but I did. So
Well, sad
yeah.
story. He asked for my address back in December.
Uh huh.
I had typed up the email and forgot to hit send.
Oh man.
And then last week he's like, "Hey, I never got your address." I was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. Here it is." So that's why.
I get it.
It was a goof by me.
No, with the new gun. Yeah, yeah, we know it was the new gun. Was it a deer? Was it a coyote? Like you said,
You
I
said you
killed
put
my.
a shoulder shot.
Yeah, you said I killed my first with it the same evening. 64 power shock, heart shot. Found your
Oh,
first
heart
what?
shot.
You know, first shot. Was it like like a deer or like first what did you kill, Anthony? At 100 yards. That's good. We know it was with the new gun, but like by the pronoun and antecedent here, it sounds like you killed your first wife with it. I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like. Got to watch those pronoun and antecedents and those grammar nerds that are on YouTube. Golly, they're awful. Yeah. Any experience using small rifle primers with small rifle 308 brass? SR seem to be available every time I hit the gun store, but LR are missing action for 2 less years. I've actually had a bunch of large rifle come in lately. We had a good supply of it come in, and even some large rifle Magnum lately. So, um,
So right now there's a bunch of Winchester large rifle primers in my local store, but I'm all set with large rifle right now.
yeah, I'm all set too. Like I feel like I'm taking away from other people if I do large rifle. Um, so to be honest with you, I'd rather I've no experience with it. I'd rather keep my small rifle for my 5.56, for my 223s, so I can load up a bunch of them. So I've got 4,000 small rifle primals, 4,000 pieces of brass, and about 3,300 bullets right now. So I'm gonna do a big old load and shoot a few to make sure they run, and that'll be it.
So I've heard that there's issues with hang fires with the 308 and a small rifle primer, uh,
Yeah,
and maybe to do a small rifle Magnum primer with the 308.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. All right, what's up? How you doing, Jimmy? Nice to meet you. All right. You prefer a digital scale or balance beam scale? Just starting by my reloading equipment. I prefer a digital powder measure that spins it out and does it for you. It seems like that really expensive RCBS one is the best. The one that's like 900 bucks. It's the most consistent, most accurate. I've done balance beam scales in the past, and I just have not. I'm not crazy about having to re-zero the scale almost every time because the temperature in the room changed. Whereas you can just hit a button on an electronic scale. Now I know Austin is the opposite, so go ahead.
No, no, no. I'm just poor. That's why I use the balance beam. I actually have I don't have the $900 one, but I have Charge Master now.
Okay, cool.
So I use the electronic powder dispenser. It is nice.
It's
So
not necessarily faster though, like because it
no,
takes as much time to trickle the powder out as you would doing the scoops.
and you're supposed to let it like warm up for a bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. It definitely isn't. There is some time saving, but I don't know. I mean, it sure is nice, but it does take a little bit of time for it to hit its perfect. Especially if I'm loading for like a Magnum, I got to do like 80 grains. It takes a little bit for it to do that.
yeah. Mine has a warm up procedure that it goes through a 3 minute countdown where it's warming up itself. So yeah, I've got to switch it out back to H335 to start doing 308. Um, Although these Norfolk bullets, I might use tack. Might use TAC,
Mm,
TAC. TAC gave me really, really good velocities in those 130 grain barns. I was getting
nice.
3150 for my 18-inch barrel
Who
with a
needs a
130.
270?
What's that? Yeah, I know. Who
Who
needs a
needs a
270?
270 when you
That's
got
what
that velocity in a 308?
I know, in an 18-inch barrel. In my buddy Springfield M1A, which the videos are on my channel, but like we were getting 3216
Wow.
with a 130 grain bullet. Tack, no pressure signs. I mean, geez, what do you, yeah, who needs a 270? And the 30-06 was only getting like 3300 in the manual. So it's like, yeah, I mean, now the ballistic coefficient isn't near as good as the 270 130 grain.
No, it's
But
terrible, but
but if you're shooting it at 32, 3150, 3200,
it's
you're
flat.
never gonna yeah, it's flat. Is you never that bullet's never gonna make up for the ballistic coefficient difference. The ballistic coefficient doesn't make up for speed unless there's like a 2 or 300. Unless they're right there with each other. You know what I mean? So it's not
Yeah.
gonna make up for it for long distance. So all right. Have you ever polished the feed ramps on an AR so it does less damage to the brass? No, because it's not the feed ramps that do damage to the brass. It's the shell deflector. The shell deflector does most of the damage to the brass. It comes out, it hits the shell deflector, and leaves a nice little dink in the side of the case. Um, I don't have any damage to brass other than the shell deflector. And to be honest with you, what I do for that, I put 2 or 3 layers of electrical tape on top of it. And what's nice is instead of hitting the shell deflector and going way over there, it hits that, cushions it a little bit, and it drops right here next to you. So there is that's that. So when are you going to get an AR?
Maybe I do already have one, Chuck.
Oh, maybe you do. When did you get that?
I don't know. Government's watching.
They know everything I have here. I'm not worried about
I'm
them.
just teasing.
Yeah. Got any interest in doing a 6 millimeter arc test? Yeah. We could talk about that sometime. I'm gonna do more of my rifle tests once meltout happens. But yeah, and I've got a couple of people that would be good to do that with. So yeah, let me
I've
know.
heard wonderful things about the 6 arc.
Yeah, it's
Would you get it
nice.
in AR or a bolt gun?
I get it in an AR because
Okay.
there's no like if I'm gonna get a small lightweight bolt gun, I'm just gonna go ahead and get a short action caliber like 7 millimeter 865 Creedmoor that's gonna way outperform the 6 arc. You know,
Yeah.
the 6 arc performs well in an AR. It still needs a 22-inch barrel to really perform though. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can. I mean, I know there's some 8-inch barrels that do well, but it really needs that. So Big Brother knows all, Austin. You forget.
Yes, I know.
Barely over 3,000 K with a max charge of Varget. Well, Varget's um a pretty not known for getting the best speed, and TTSX is. I'm assuming the 130 grain, John, 22-inch 308 Winchester. Yeah, you should be able to get with TAC. You should be hitting 3,200. What do y'all think of 41 Magnum for an all-purpose Alaska handgun caliber? I hear it's right there with 41 Magnum in most loads. If you don't mind searching for ammo and you don't mind a lot of stuff, a lot of like reloading, yeah, go for it. But the problem is the guns I see it in, I would not want it. I see it, I have it on the channel. I have 41 Magnum videos on the channel, but they're in my buddy's 10-inch Thompson Contender, and so it gets a lot of velocity. Yeah, it kicks the 41 Magnums, 44 Magnums behind. Yeah, it kicks it, and then, yeah, it's right there with it, and it's over. Everybody says 10 millimeters like a 41 Magnum. No, it's not. All right, that 41 Magnum is double 10 millimeter, and I love 10 millimeter. So like in that barrel length, so let me just be clear about that right now. Um, but yeah, as an all-purpose caliber, yeah, it'll do the job. Um, I mean, why would you get something that's less of ammo availability right now? That's my biggest thing. What do you think, Austin? I mean, obviously you live out
I
west, so
have
you.
zero experience with 41 Magnum and Alaska. Um, Sounds like something I need to get interested in. If it beats out a 44 mag.
I don't. It doesn't beat it out, but it
Okay.
gets really close. Yeah,
Okay.
it gets really close. Yeah, good accuracy though. There you go. I mean, hey, if you're getting good accuracy with the Varget at barely over 3,000, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's still a dead caribou at 600 yards. You know.
Do you know what kind of accuracy you were getting with your AR with it?
No, I only had 2 shots left for the
Oh,
combat
okay.
video, and
I've
I thought
loaded the
about
130 with 308 and it shot incredibly well out of the 308 I was trying it in. It
cool.
was like half MOA.
Cool. What powder were you using?
I think it was actually Varget.
There you go. Did you get any? What velocities did you get?
I didn't test velocities.
Okay.
I just was I it was one of my friend's guns and I was just like, I just want to see if it'll shoot these 130s well. And I mean that gun is really a really nice gun. So yeah, it shot it extremely well.
Yeah, those 130 grain Barnes. People go, "Hey, that's not a heavy bullet," but it's a Barnes bullet, so it's well constructed. And Barnes TTSX needs speed. So
Yeah,
go lighter grain, and I'm loading up a bunch of 150 grains, and they're going to be hitting 2,800 easily, hitting 2,800 with H335 in my rifle because I was getting the max is 44.8, and I was actually let me go, got it. I got it right here actually. Max was the 150 grain, yeah, 44.8, and I was doing 44.2 and I was getting like 2790 in my 18-inch barrel. So I'll
that's nice.
easily hit 2800. They got in a 24-inch barrel, and that's one thing. 308 doesn't lose a lot of velocity per inch of barrel. It just really doesn't until you get into like heavy bullets. But like the lighter bullets, it really doesn't. So they have it going 2912 with 44.8. So I think I was at 44.2. I think I'm going to do 44.5. Call it a day, right?
Yeah.
So. Mhm. All right, what's up, Marcus? Good accuracy though. Yep. Yeah, he said yes. Those are the 130s. What's up, Justin Perriman? Jimmy, Big Brother knows all. In the year 2025, awesome content. Thank you, brother. Um, wish I would have never sold my TC contender barrel in 41 Magnum. My buddy probably has it. So rare. Yep. 6R is great. I have an AR with a 22-inch BSF barrel, 75 grain VMAX, 0.545 inches at 100 yards. Cool. Well, what
Yeah.
velocity are you getting with that 75 grain there, Dietrich? Yeah. Love 41 mag. Last bought I bought was 60 for 50 rounds. That was 10 years ago. Yeah, they're not cheap. Was studying the 41 mag for a few months, then went 480 Ruger. As I know, yeah, yeah. I got to get that thing out and start playing with it. But yeah, Air Precision 6.5 Grindle upper leaves two nicks on the shoulder of the brass when chambering. I would talk to Aero Precision about that one. I've not had that issue. I've got an Aero Precision sitting right here, an Aero Precision sitting right there, an Aero Precision sitting right there. But all of my Aero uppers are AR-10s, so I don't really get it. So playing with seating depth to tighten up the groups even more. Right now, it's 150 Ks off the land. There you go.
Yeah, they like jump.
Yeah, they do. Hi y'all. I got back to Seward in 2 weeks. Can't wait to get out of Anchorage for peacock season. I don't know what's peacock. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
I got back to. Oh, cool. What do you think the accuracy would be like out of one of the Henry single shots in 223? I've heard the Henry single shots are pretty accurate. Uh, that'd be a nice little accurate gun, especially for a youth hunter, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I would definitely say it's pretty accurate. Well, not a lot of questions tonight. How's your
Hmm,
257 Weatherby going?
it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. What are you working on lately? I know it's
Um.
freezing up there.
Yeah. So I just reviewed. I bought one off of Palmetto State Armory's website. I bought one of those JTS Chinese-made AK shotguns.
Okay.
Just reviewing that. I put out a short on it yesterday. I'm hoping to get some 10-round mags and kind of finish the review and do some other stuff with it. But it's running great. You just got to put the gas system at the right spot, which is any semi-automatic shotgun, even if like a, you know, even the expensive ones, they'll
Yeah.
be ammo picky and stuff. I started shooting it with Winchester slugs, like the 1 ounce Foster slugs that you get at Walmart, the 15 round box or whatever, that I had for probably 15 years now. I remember packing this same box of slugs because it ripped a little bit of the top off when I taped it up. Um, the same box of slugs, I packed it in my go bag in Mississippi, married to my first wife. So
Hmm.
that's how old the dang box of ammunition is. And I've been in Alaska 10 years now, so it's like this box of ammo's got to be at least 12 years old, at least 12 years
You
old
want to see something old?
since I
I
bought it.
I I inherited something that's pretty cool.
Don't show a gun. Can't show a
I'm
gun.
not. I
Okay.
know the rules.
Okay. I'm just letting you know.
I know the rules. Although,
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day on your thing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the old 10. Yeah, I'm telling you.
they're cool. Kind
Yeah.
of annoying to use.
All right. Here's a good question. M. Gabriel, if it's -5 in Missouri, what's the temperature up there? It's +6 right now at my house. Before when I parked my car a few minutes ago, yeah, about an hour ago, it was +6. So
This morning it was 13 degrees where I was.
yeah. Okay. It was about 9 degrees this morning. I had my first two classes as a PE teacher. I was out skiing with them. So
That's cool.
they were like, it's 9 degrees. And I'm like, the district policy says we can take you outside until it is -10 below on the wind chill. It's
Wow.
not -10 below on the wind chill. Guess what? We're going outside. Toughen up. You live in Alaska. Toughen up, mother freakers. Yeah. So I just want to kick them swift in the, yeah. Yeah. It's 13 here on the hillside. There you go. So -3 this morning for me. Yeah, cool. I'm surprised living where I live compared to where you live. I'm surprised it's not colder here. Usually it's colder here than it is in Wasilla, Joshua. So, yeah. Looking for a lightweight groundhog gun. I think the single shot would be good as long as it's accurate. Yeah, the only way to really go no is to buy it and shoot it. I've never had an experience with it. Henry will, back it up. I mean, my question for you is, what's the barrel twist on that gun? So then you can know what you really can use it for. So 10 degrees Fahrenheit now. -5 was this morning. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So yep. Make those kids do the mountain climber next time they mouth off to you, and then the flutter kick. Yeah, do that. What kind of bipods do you use? I have a couple of cheap Chinese knockoffs and 3 Harris bipods, 6 to 9, 6 inches to 9. I think here in Alaska, 9 to 13 would be better in the field, but that's what I use. I have 2 cheap ones that
Mine's
are knockoff.
probably some cheap Chinese. It's CV Life. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got one of the CV Lifes they sent me to do a video on. It
Yeah.
works. I got it somewhere right around here. Yeah, it works. In fact, oh no, it's in my range bag because I took it yesterday. But yeah, it is what it is. This is the furthest you've shot at paper targets accurately, 1,000 yards. I mean,
At a paper?
yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely.
I've shot metal targets at 1,200.
There you go, Dan. Between Browning and Winchester, which manufacturer would you prefer for 6.8 Western? Same company, but at different price points. Rifle or ammo?
They're all the same.
Yeah, it's one.
It's the same
Yeah,
company now.
but there are different price points between the rifles, I guess.
Yeah.
Um,
You're not a fan of Browning, are you?
no, and I'm not really a fan of Winchester either. They've just never produced a rifle that I really fell in love with and liked. You know what I mean? So
I've had issues with the Model 70 in 30-06. So I would probably, I don't really have much experience with Browning, but they seem okay. So I'd probably pick a Browning rifle.
yeah, we did full head practice in 100 degree to 112 degree in Texas. The cold hurts. Hey, I'm telling you, man, I did those things in Georgia too. When I growing up in Georgia, 100 to 112 degrees, playing football, doing your best. Um, AR-15 and 223, good for whitetail. Yeah. If so, what load would you recommend and what would be the best place to shoot the deer with? And also, what's effective range? I'd keep it under 100 yards. I'd keep it over food plots, like over open areas. And then your best shot is right here, and whatever bullet is most accurate in your gun to make that shot. So, base of brainstem shots. If you're going to use an ammo or a caliber that is very small compared to what most people use for the game, base of brainstem shots, upper shoulder shots that knock it down, would break all the nerves in the shoulder, high shoulder shot, base of brainstem shots. That's the way I would go. Um, I would look at a 62 grain TSX, and I would want to make sure I was shooting it out of a 20-inch AR-15. If you're gonna hunt with an AR-15, hunt with a 20-inch because you need all of that speed. Um, so is what it is. So you're saying rifle? Um, yeah, I mean the new Hell's Canyon Speed 3, or I mean those type of rifles are supposed to be really good. I just didn't. I had a bad experience with Browning, and I'm never getting another one. But doesn't mean my opinion is all that. So,
Yeah, I would definitely pick a Browning over a Winchester.
but he has the Winchester XPR and 6.5 PRC. It's on his channel. If you guys haven't gone,
Yeah, yeah.
if you haven't gone and subscribed to Montana Musings Outdoor channel, then you know you're making poor choices with your life. You need to turn it around.
So
So,
Montana, are you like choosing between a Browning A bolt or a Winchester XPR? Are you trying to go more budget friendly or like a X bolt and Model 70?
and why 6.8 when it's dead?
Because I convinced him to get a 6.8. He's
Oh
trying to revive it.
yeah. Don't listen to people like Reloading Weatherby. He has a
Whatever.
257 Weatherby. Talk about a cartridge that's just dead. All right. He has Weatherby cartridges. They're all dead. All
No,
right.
they're not. You can find
Uh,
more Weatherby ammo than you can at 6.8 Western.
yeah, that's how dead the 6.8 Western is. No. Why would you not get a 7mm PRC? I mean, you get better bullet weights because you can go all the way up to 190 grain. You don't really get that in the 277 diameter. And if you're looking for medium size, more rounds. I mean, why would you not get a 300? Why would you not get a 300 or 7mm PRC over a 6.8 Western?
Hey, in the
So
next month, Montana, I'll let you know if the 7 PRC is worth it.
we're saving the 6.8 Western. We're saving it.
Exactly.
You know what? If I ever talk to a Browning rep, I'll let you know. I'll pass him your way. I'll be like, here's the thing. I love the 6.8 Western as a concept. I think it's a great concept. Modern shoulder, high BC bullet, good rifling twist. Okay. I think it's a great concept. Okay. And I think it was everything the 270 WSM should have been. Um, I would, um, I think Browning timed that wrong. They had all this money invested in it, I'm sure, and they come out with it when there is no other hunting ammo on the shelf, no other hunting ammo anywhere. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't get anything anywhere, and there's 6.8 Western just everywhere. And the problem is people bought it, and then it died. And when other ammo came back, they were like, "Ooh, I got my 30-06 again. I don't need this crap." And so people just don't do it. So What's up, Scott Leaper? So
Doesn't help. Hornady basically tried to kill it off.
yeah,
Hornady has zero support for it. Well, really, you can only get it in a Browning or Winchester ammo and
yeah,
rifle.
yeah. And the ammo and rifle, like if Remington or somebody else would make a
Federal.
rifle for it, Federal
Well, not
would
federal,
make
but
Federal would make ammo for it. Yeah. If they would make ammo or rifle for it, if one other company would do it, it would save it. But like it's a nice caliber, but like I said,
that's
I'd
okay. He
love.
reloads. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine reloading. What about in 10 years when you can't even get the brass and all of his brass is gone? So
You can fire form from 300 WSM. How about that?
there you go. Uh, so 16-inch barrel isn't enough for an AR whitetail. Noted. No, I'm not saying it's that. It's just if you're driving a heavy penetrating bullet like TSX or TTSX or Hornady CX or any of that, if you're driving that, you want to drive it at speed. So if you're shooting 55 grain soft points, 16-inch barrel's fine. You just need to be careful; they may not penetrate deeply. So that's basic brainstem. I killed 6 deer with an AR-15. Okay, let me be very clear about that. 5 of them or 4 of them, I put it right here. One of them, I put it right here, side of temple. Okay, all of them were 55 grain ballistic tip varmint bullets. Many of them were my hand loads, 55 grain VMAX hand loads right here. I did shoot one through the shoulder with the 55 grain VMAX. Boom, flap. She went right over, but then she got back up, and then she got it right there. So I have killed 6 deer, 3 in one night with an AR-15. They were all on the food plot. I shot all 3 of them. So um, got some food for my family, and that's that. So um, yeah, if you put it right here, they ain't going nowhere. Every whitetail I shoot in front of the shoulder into the neck, boom, flop. Neck shots are the way to go if you can. So that moose was kicking his legs. I had to put a neck shot in him at point blank. Oh man, that was that.
Mhm.
I'm not using a 6.5 by 284 for moose again. I'll tell you that much. I mean, it was also my fault. I did a high shoulder shot. So high shoulder shots don't kill. They knock you out, but they don't kill.
Did that LRX go straight through?
No, I never found any of the bullets, but I did not. I
Okay.
did not see like point blank on the neck. Yeah, I did.
Well,
But I
yeah.
didn't see any of the other bullets.
Okay.
And it was at
I
200 yards. So
I did a neck shot on a whitetail in Wyoming with my 300 Weatherby.
yeah, it
It
ran
was instant.
80,000 yards, didn't it?
No,
Bang
it
flop. Yeah,
flipped. Flipped it.
yeah,
Flipped her.
yeah. Neck shots. Neck shots are crazy. High shoulder shots, crazy. I
Don't
I
drop them.
shot I shot a deer at 108 yards with my 270. My old Browning 270 with the 110 grain VMAX in it going 3300, and it took out everything inside, just jello. And people say that, oh, that effect isn't real. I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, they're not gonna run. Yeah, you broke with her that because you don't want to go to Texas. Okay, that's good. Short action and better factory hunting bullets.
There is more hunting bullet options right now in 6.8 Western than 7 PRC, but I'm sure that will change in the next couple of years.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, 7 PRC, you're gonna shoot up for the brass anyway. But I have seen the new Hornady CX in the outfitter line. The CX bullet in 7 PRC.
I
So
have it on my shelf.
yeah, it's not just ELDX and ELDM anymore. There's also the Hornady CX, and that's a great bullet. The Hornady CX is a great bullet. Like I'm impressed. Um, Technically, I've got my 300 Win Mag sighted in with that stuff, and it was shooting about an inch and 3/8 from the factory. It was also like 7 degrees that day, and I was shivering pretty good, so I was already cold. And so I'm yeah.
We need to see more 300 Win Mag content from you.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. That video is coming up next week though. So but
Okay.
there's so much snow and I'm snowshoeing to go shoot and pulling sleds full of shooting stuff. I typically do pistols in the winter and rifles in the summer.
Yeah.
Like now, not always, nothing, but I've gotten to the point where let's make it easy ourselves. Ballistic block gel and handguns, winter. Okay. Rifle, dragging something 50, 70 yards, summer, So, anyway, love to have a Winchester Browning, but I already have Bergaras and Rugers. Yeah. You already got two that are better than both of those. Yeah. No Nosler or Hornady for 6.8 Western. If I'm
Yep,
only
it's killing
buying
it.
one 300 Win Mag rifle, which rifle do you recommend? Well, I like mine. I have the Weatherby First Light Vanguard. I have not gotten that pinpoint accuracy out of it. It's like a point 0.8 to 1.25 shooter. The Weatherby First Guard Vanguard First Light. I also haven't gotten enough loads through it and all that kind of jazz and really experimented with it and all that kind of stuff. Um, so I've literally just gone out and shot body armor with it. That's literally all I've done with an insane speed. Um, I was literally getting up into your 300 Weatherby numbers with that 130 grain bullet. I was like, holy crap! If you ever find Reloader 17 for your 300 Weatherby, like, I have no doubt you could send that 130 grain 400, 4,000 feet per second.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, because the numbers are 3,600 for me, but I have that's a 24-inch barrel in the Barnes manual, and I have the 26-inch barrel plus the muzzle brake on the end, which actually adds back pressure through the system. As you proved in your video, a muzzle brake actually speeds it up 20, 30 feet per second, not subtract it, depending on the design of the brake and what powder you're using and all that good kind of jazz. But yeah, I have 300 Weatherby Barnes in here because I was deciding on it. 300 Win Mag Ultra Weatherby Barnes. Yeah, they don't list Reloader 17, but IMR 4350. Like you should be getting there's no way you would be getting less than 39, I don't think. If you could find the right powder and stuff. But
I have a whole box of 130 grain TTSX. I just haven't been using them.
yeah, well send them my way. I need them for my cameraman wants me to load up a bunch for him. So
For 30-06.
no, 308. He likes that 308 round that we did. Um but yeah. So is what it is.
I also have 165 TTSX. I'm not using it all. Someone gave them to me.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was 150s or 165s. I shot like an inch group in the rain with my Weatherby Vanguard. Looks like Bonta v. Miller may go down in flames. Two judges were appointed by Democrats, the other appointed by Trump. California assault weapons ban. Yeah, and if it does, then it goes to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will finally have to decide this thing. So they've been putting it off and putting it off. They decided Bruin and told everybody to go use Bruin standard, and since the Democrats won't use Bruin standard, it's going to have to go back to the Supreme Court. All right, John McVeigh, explain fire forming in detail to neck down a 300 WSM to 6.8 or 270 WSM. First of all, 300 WSM, couldn't you just run it through a die to make it
You also
270?
have to mess with like the shoulder. The shoulder is a little longer than a
Oh, okay.
6.8. So you do have to, you could just neck size it. And then, I don't know. I have a friend who has a 6.8 Western. He hates the Winchester brass because Winchester brass isn't that great.
No, it sucks.
And Lapua just announced they're now making 300 WSM brass. So he's planning to buy 300 WSM brass and fire forming it to 6.8.
And you know what Lapua did? They quit making 22-250 brass.
Didn't they?
Yeah, it's all over the Facebook forums yesterday. In that same announcement, they were quitting making some calibers. So it's like I'm hoping they're still making 6.5 by 284. I need to buy a box of it before it goes away. Because
Yeah.
that Lapua brass was literally the most accurate brass, the best weight, and stuff like that. My
It's
nozzler
great
was
stuff.
okay, but my nozzler I was shooting like with the same load, I was shooting 2980 in the nozzler and 3040 in the Lapua. I was getting in the Lapua brass, I was getting 1/4 inch groups, and the nozzler brass, I was getting 2/3 to 3/4 inch groups. Still nothing you want to stand in front of. Uh,
Yeah, it's still good.
Ask the moose in my freezer. But it's still, you know, still works. So great info, thanks. So ideally low neck above shoulder, with a 16-inch barrel. Base of brainstem. What kind of tip would you want? Max be 55 to 64. Yeah. Yeah. If you're in a 16-inch barrel, I wouldn't go over 64. And you want to send stuff with speed. So I would go 55, or, you know, Winchester loaded that 64 grain nozzle partition for a while, but it wasn't accurate out of my gun. It was like it was like a 1.5-inch shooter. Um, but yeah, I would look at maybe that PSA Saber line. They have that 55 or 62 grain PSA Saber line. It's supposed to be a bonded ballistic tip. Um, it's supposed to. I don't know if it says it. Don't. It doesn't say bonded on it, but it says for deep penetration and expansion. The only way you get that is bonded. So I'm assuming it's bonded, but non-bonded ballistic tips suck for hunting. that that's my thing. If it's
They're
not
just a
bonded,
low BC ELDX.
yeah, yeah. Asterisk CELDX asterisk C Nosler ballistic tips asterisk C using Nosler ballistic silver tips. Actually, that one I shot in the head, that one doe I shot in the head with the AR-15 was Nosler ballistic silver tips, because those things were grouping like half-inch out of that gun. And I
Nice.
missed that gun. I wish I'd never sold that rifle. I sold it to have money to move to Alaska. Um, and I literally got .277-inch group at 100 yards with that, edge to edge.
Ooh.
0.277 inches, edge to edge. And I don't
So
have that chart.
your group was in the teens.
Yeah, technically, yeah, my group was in the teens. My 3-shot group was the same size as a 270 bullet, 0.277 inches. And I
Nice.
have 5 witnesses to that group, but one of them is my ex-wife, so it doesn't count. Sorry, I'm in the ex-wife joke today. So no, I had this when I was going through my divorce and stuff, a long time ago. I made up this crazy ex-spouse memes, so I wouldn't be posting everything publicly that I wanted to. I made up this, and then Facebook yesterday told me they're taking the page down for copyright violations or some crap like that. All right, and I'm like, what? Okay, I'm like, who cares? It's Facebook. So all the funny memes that I made, I had to go download. You know, like there was one. It's that little baby in a tux pointing, and it was like, uh, when your ex-wife says it's God's will to divorce you. Have you read Matthew 5 or 19? It's like, you know, it's like there's the happy Jesus one. It says, when a new guy starts dating your ex-wife, like, I'm gonna pray for you, man. You're gonna need it. It's just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, so a lot of bitter jokes in there, but like I was like, man, these were funny. I gotta take them. Those are the appropriate ones that I can say on here. But do you know about the 960 Roland? Yes, it's a jacked up 9 millimeter. You know, cool. Um, it'd be fun. It's like a 357 Magnum in a 9 millimeter. Yeah, I get it. It's basically a thick walled case, isn't it? And a little bit longer, so you can't chamber it in a 9 millimeter. If they want to send me one, I'll test it, but I am not planning on buying one. So yeah, it sounds like a good way to break your gun. Oh, if you got the right chamber support and they build it and you get the right springs in there, you're fine. Just like 460. What's your thoughts on 6.5 Grendel? Um, it's like this. If I wanted a designated marksman rifle for an infantry squad, the 6.5 in a 22-inch barrel AR-15 platform, M16 platform. The 6.5 Grindle would be the ideal out to 600-yard gun. So if you're in an infantry squad and you need to do Overwatch, but the problem with that is you have so many other calibers available. Why would you do it? So for me, it's literally just to hunt deer with or maybe even bigger. Maybe I would go up all the way to caribou with a 6.5 Grindle, but they'd have to be kind of close. But that being said, as a paper puncher out to 700-800 yards, it's not a bad paper puncher. The drop is good, all that kind of stuff. But you do get what you get. I mean, so like I don't see the point when I can have an AR-10 of an AR-15 with a longer range cartridge when I can have an AR-10 with an even longer range cartridge. So I just don't get it. I mean, they make AR-10s. This is one company making AR-10s with 6.5 PRC. There's AR-10s made in the Nemo made in 300 Win Mag. Why would I spend all this money on a custom gun that I'm gonna have to hand load the ammo I want for that? So anyway, see you later, Montana. You got any things on the 6.5 Grinnell? Any ideas?
In a lot less words, I say meh.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I could have summed it up like that.
Like if you wanted, go for it, but I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, yeah. And all of those cartridges are great cartridges. Had the military decided to take the M16, rebarrel them, put a new bolt carrier group in it, and have a 6.5 Grindle. Okay, everybody has their M4 now. It's in a 6.5 Grindle. You get a little bit more knockdown power. Everybody has an M4 now. It's in a 6 arc. Yeah, I have a little bit more knockdown power. Everybody has an M4 now. It's in a 300 blackout. Now it's in a 6.8 SPC2. That was the thing that they were pushing for. That SPC was like special purpose cartridge. It was pushed from SOCOM to the market. Like the
Yeah.
SOCOM guys wanted that cartridge for the knockdown power, and then they just realized, hey, all we really have to do is put 77 grain open tip match in our M4, and it does all the same knockdown power that everything else does. And so they didn't even really have to do that. So, like all of those other AR calibers, they're cool. They make sense if you're in a state and you want to hunt with your AR-15 because you know your rifle, and so you throw an upper on there that is a 6.8 SPC2 or a 6.5 Grindle or a 6 millimeter arc. The best one ballistically was the 25-45 sharps,
Yeah.
but nobody literally picked that up. It was an 80 grain bullet, 20-inch barrel, 3,000 feet per second.
Yeah.
And it was demonstrated on YouTube by a lot of the big guys who got it sent to them. And by the way, Sharps Company, if you're listening, I would love to test it and help you popularize it. Just saying. Um,
It's a really cool cartridge. You think with it's a sharp, it's like super old school, but it's not.
no, no, it's a pretty neat cartridge. That's the best of all of those little AR-15 cartridges. Um, Now, I think if you're gonna hunt with an AR-15 and you're in the eastern woods where 100 yards is like the max shot you're ever gonna get, all right, and you're hunting with an AR-15, why would you not shoot like a 450 Bushmaster, 458 SOCOM? Just get you a big old slow bullet and do the job. Um,
Yeah.
so kind of is what it is. Um, okay, David, what's your thoughts on the Ruger American Gen 2? I have not seen one physically on the shelf yet for me to think. I've heard the stocks are still wobbly like the Gen 1.
I feel like now in the price point of like the Weatherby and like upper tier rifles, not like upper tier, but
In the 6 to $900.
not the budget friendly rifle anymore. So eh,
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're putting all these cool new features on it, but now it's a $600 gun, $700 gun.
700.
Yeah, it's like, no, okay, no. Because you can get the CVA Cascade in that, and it's a way better gun. Way better gun. I was gonna get one too. I was looking for one when I bought that CZ 600 Alpha. Um, yeah. So yeah, for a 300 Win Mag, I'd go with the Bergara HMR B14. Yep, absolutely. So yeah, heavy sucker, but if you're gonna get one rifle to Overwatch, yeah, I'm telling you, that's a good rifle to Overwatch. I thought 300 and 270 WSM blasts are identical, other than bullet diameter.
But the 6.8 brass is shorter.
Yeah, 6.8 brass, because the 6.8 brass incorporates the new shoulder case angle for like 6.5 Creedmoor and 300 PRC and all them do. They got the
Think of it like the difference between like a 260 Remington and a 6.5 Creedmoor.
yeah, that's a good analogy. Do you know about that Striborg 10 mm? Yeah, I do. And Chook's supposed to be getting one, so bother him about it. We're gonna compare it to something I got coming up on the channel. So we're gonna do a side by side comparison of it. So I have several post sale regrets as well. One being a pair of Ordnance 1445. Yeah, I should slap you for that one. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I would never slap you, but yeah, yeah. That there's that. I don't like Facebook. Yeah, I don't either. Like in 2.5 million, Charlie met the expo, and he just looks at Charlie and goes, "Fine, see if you can make her happy." Yeah. Okay, man. I gotta go. You Birdie, Rossi, or Henry? Henry, don't even think about it. That's a dumb question. Sorry, David. You Birdie actually isn't bad, but it's like they're not made to run heavy ammo. So if you're wanting a 4570 or a 45 long Colt or a 44 Magnum and you want to run heavy stuff, you get a Henry. It's that simple. I already want a Sharps now. You sold me. Yeah. Shiloh Sharp should send you some products. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone know where I can look for Marlin Model 60 parts? What is it? Numrich? NUMRICH gun parts. I bought stuff from there for my Marlin Model 60 since it's out of stock now. So, nope, I have never gotten a Doll Sheep or Mountain Lion. I have issues with my back and my nervous system where I can't climb mountains. So I hunt the low valleys and stuff like that, which is why it finally took me 10 years to get a moose. Looked at the Gara Quest carbon. That looks nice. Yeah, it does look nice. It's expensive. Ruger American Gen 2 is the good. The only thing is that the American Ranch comes in 5.56, but the American is only 223. Hmm. Yeah, that's an issue. I don't see why they wouldn't put that in 223 Wild. Just don't. I don't get it. So that's that. So yeah, that's that. I'm Anyway, man, it's been almost an hour, so let's talk about what you got coming up on the channel and make sure everybody subscribes to Reloading Weatherby. So if you haven't subscribed right now, go subscribe. Um, what do you got coming up on the channel, Austin?
Well, I'm going to be doing a bunch of shorts on SHOT Show. So
Cool.
if anyone has anything they want me to go talk to people or show, I know someone wants me to show the new Leopold scope, Mark IV, I think.
Mhm.
So I
Okay,
don't
yeah,
know, just so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be at SHOT Show. And then, yeah, that's what's coming up.
cool. Yeah, so I got a few gun reviews coming up. I have a 300 Win Mag ammo testing video coming up. We did the penetration test before it snowed, so we did the chronograph after it snowed at 18 degrees or whatever. And then I've got a bunch of shorts still on the 22 and 22 Magnums that we chronographed. And we did. I don't want to do a full video with those and waste people's time, so I did a bunch of shorts with that. And then I'm hoping to do some 308 stuff. I'm hoping to do some shotgun stuff. I'm hoping to do I got a best 9mm carry ammo in ballistics gel coming up. I've got a couple gun reviews, 3 gun reviews that I've recorded. One was sent to me by the company, and I'm gonna send it back, and they're supposed to get me a new one because it stunk. I'm not
Okay.
going to mention what it was or online or whatever like that, but they've done a nice job of getting back with me and already sent me a shipping label and all that kind of stuff. So,
That's good.
yeah, so they're standing behind their product, which is good. Um, I know a few people who have seen it and go, "Oh yeah, that's so it kind of is what it is." Um, that's good. And then I'm gonna just order some wet magazines for this AK 12 gauge and have some fun with the 12 gauge. Um, it's nice. It kicks more than I expected. My 870 pump action doesn't kick as much as this does. I expected a heavy gas operated semi-automatic to kick less.
Hmm.
Um, but I guess it's just that long barrel, or I'm used to the 12 gauge. I mean, and I don't target shoot the 12 gauge my 870. I don't ever go out and pattern it or target shoot it because I know what it'll pattern. I know what it patterns with. I buy that ammo and I go out and shoot it, and I go out and hunt
Hmm.
ducks, or hunt grouse or whatever.
Right.
Usually hunting ducks, shooting grouse on the way to the lake. So yeah, I really just don't go and do anything with it anymore. Um, this is a fun gun. I think of this AK-12 shotgun as like this is the perfect gun if during a crisis you need to arm your neighbor because you can give him some 10-round mags and some 5-round mags. He can be loaded up. He can put it on some serious firepower downrange, but he can't reach you with it. So yeah, I kind of think of it as the perfect gun to arm your neighbor during SHTF.
There you
Um,
go.
yeah, so like the most perfect guns you could arm your neighbor with, during SHTF, Ruger 1022 and an AK semi-automatic shotgun and a Glock. Something they can't shoot you 100 yards from, but you can if they turn on you, you can shoot them and still have your gun back. That's the way my mind thinks, and I'm ashamed for it. Sorry, Lord, but like it's just the way it is what it is. So yeah.
It's funny. I'm eventually getting a 7 PRC. I'm just waiting for the company to ship it to me. So
Cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yep. Numrich. Yeah, Numrich. Numrich Gun Corporation. Get your own Model 60s. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Uh, Godspeed and good hunting to all y'all. So we say where I come from in the South. All y'all. Godspeed and good hunting. We'll see you at the range. What's the reason your neighbor doesn't have his own guns? I don't know. That's a little weird. So, um, no, I'm just saying. I don't think I would have to arm my neighbors with it, but I think like that's a good reason to have it. I do have some neighbors that are like what do you call it, Mennonite like family, more pacifist, like
hmm.
which is cool. That's fine. It's all good stuff. I say let evolution take place. Yeah, you also got to have someone to watch your six, or your evolution is going to take place. So, all right, guys. God bless. Take care. See you at the range.